money. We believe in what we do and how we do it. But what's it like in the real world with real clients of Annex Wealth Management? Joining me is a longtime client of ours, and for sake of this segment, we're going to just give you a little anonymity and just call you Dan. That cool?
That sounds great, Dan.
That's great. Well, welcome to the show, Dan. Right at the top, because we operate in complete transparency, it's important for the audience to understand you are a client of Annex Wealth Management.
That is correct.
Annex is not providing any type of compensation for your time on this segment.
Correct.
And there are no conflicts of interest between you as a client and Annex as a firm.
Correct.
Let's get to the fun stuff. Dan, how far back do you go with Annex Wealth Management?
I first interviewed Annex in late 2007, and I officially joined as a client in February 2008.
You're a smart guy. You're a medical doctor. Was there a do-it-yourself portion when it came to investment and retirement planning?
I did all my investment and retirement planning until I joined Annex.
Everything?
Everything.
Read the papers, kept up on the charts, major moves, all that stuff?
Correct. I wanted to consider hiring someone prior to that. Over the years, I had looked at different firms and different advisors, but I never found someone that I felt gave me a value for what they were offering, and I felt that many of the people were more interested in their fees and what they could get from me rather than what they could do for me and help work with me on my long-term plan.
Was there a moment on the path to retirement that you said, you know what, I probably really should have a pro in place?
I considered in the early 1990s hiring someone, and over the years I periodically looked at different people. And then in 2007, I said to my wife, I've reached a point in my life where I want to have more free time. I don't want to have to do studying and wondering about investing and making all my financial decisions and planning decisions on my own. I had accumulated a fair amount of assets at that point, and I wanted to have more time with my wife and family. And so I decided that I was going to hire someone, and there were better options by that point. The whole financial planning environment had changed where there were better firms and that were more concerned about clients than just charging fees.
What was it that led you to choose Annex Wealth Management as the partner?
In late 2007, I researched a bunch of different firms and I picked 4 of them. I made my wife go along and I interviewed all 4 firms. I had a list of questions I prepared and I asked all of them the same questions. After discussion and looking at all of my options and having interviewed everyone, I spoke with my wife and I decided that Annex Wealth Management offered me the best team to work with. Things I liked about Annex is that it was more than one person, it was several people, and they offered different areas of expertise. Also, they were going to work as a fiduciary. They were going to charge me a percentage of assets based on a yearly percentage that covered all of my financial planning, not just investing, but if I had questions about paying my mortgage early, or how much money should I save for my kids' college education, or if I should invest in other things, or how much I should put in retirement assets versus other assets. And so I really wanted someone to help me with that. Also, to talk about tax management, to talk about as I got older, if I needed long-term care insurance, and just a number of financial questions. And the thing I really liked about Annex is I didn't get charged an extra fee for every question I asked. When I used to meet with my accountant, if I would ask an extra question, there was an extra fee. And with Annex, I knew what I was paying, and it was a percentage, and it was the same every year. And for that, I could ask any questions that I wanted.
So you've been with us over 13 years. I know what got you in here, but how did we keep you for all these years?
Annex has been a great partner for me and my family. The reasons I hired Annex in the first place continue to be true over time. They took away a lot of work from me. I no longer had to study and figure out my asset allocation and what things I wanted to invest in. Annex took over all that. My financial planning decisions regarding funding my kids' college versus my retirement versus paying down the mortgage and other financial decisions, they helped me go through all those decisions so I didn't have to do the homework that I did previously. As I moved along in my life, different decisions came up. I'm older now and I moved towards retirement. They helped me make a decision as to when I could retire and how much money I needed to retire. They helped me decide what to do as far as long-term care insurance. They helped me decide what to do with health insurance as I retired. All of those decisions and questions I was able to discuss with my team at Annex, and they were able to give me advice, and they didn't charge me any extra money for discussing those. I just have the one fee, which covers all my investments, but it covers all my financial questions and decision making. The other thing and the other reason that I really wanted to hire someone is that if something happened to me, my wife would not know what to do, and I did not want to ever leave her in a situation if I would pass away for some reason that she wouldn't know what to do. Now with having Annex and having all my assets and all my paperwork here, if something happened to me, she would come in and talk to the team and they would take care of her and everything is already set up.
Let's talk about the really good stuff. How's being retired?
Being retired is great. I am very happy in my decision. It was hard for me to leave medicine, which has been a huge part of my life, and my patients are like an extended family to me. I was very fortunate. I had awesome patients who are really good people, and many of whom I had known for more than 20 years, and I had a long-term relationship with them. So that's the hardest part of. But also in medicine, I worked a lot more than 40 hours a week. It took away from my family, and so I reached a point in my life where I wanted to devote more time and energy to my family, and I felt I owed them that, and that's the main reason I retired.
Know the difference. The place to start with investment, retirement, estate, and tax planning, annexwealth.com. Click that Get Started button. Dan is a longtime client of Annex Wealth Management. Dan, thank you for letting us be part of what sounds like a wonderful start to a retirement.
Thank you very much, Danny.